Alright, so I got a couple packages today. I got this cheap pack of cloth squares. They're not cubes, they're like just little squares of fabric that have been cut down. Let me show you if I can open it. There we go. So they're just these like little, almost like little small bits of like those cotton squares, sort of almost kind of like the swabs you get in the little alcohol packets that you rip open, but they're just squares, not rectangles or a big sheet. They're just I think these are 1 inch. Those are for cleaning out your barrels. These are good for 223 and 5.56 22 caliber, which on real rifles you can also use these on airsoft guns, especially with gas blowbacks when you have a lot of green gas going through that barrel. Green gas has oils in it, and those oils will affect your accuracy, especially with heavy firing. A lot of more oil is going to get into that barrel, so these are good to have. I usually put these in a little bit of alcohol, put them on the cleaning rod, swab the barrel a couple times, then go in with just a dry one to get rid of all the excess alcohol. It'll be a clean barrel. These will work with 6mm barrels, like on airsoft, because of the 5.56, which is what we use in the military, and a lot of AR-15s are chambered in 5.56. Those are 5.56mm. So technically, your airsoft gun is a larger caliber than a military standard issue rifle, so these will work fine. I also got, if you have a gas blowback rifle of any sort, especially an AR or M16 or M4 like I do, these can work with AEGs, of course, but this is really good for if I can get it open, for actual gas blowback. This is an old school style M16 cleaning kit. They come in a couple different ones. This is like the really old school issue one, like back in like the 80s and 90s, early 2000s issue. You get these pretty cheap. I think I got this for like less than $16 on Amazon. Comes with these wire brushes you probably will not use. This is actually just primarily for rifles. You have a thinner one right here to clean the bore of the barrel, and this thicker one with little, if you can see that, with the little wider bristles right here, that's for cleaning the actual chamber of AR or M16 or M4. You don't really want to use this on an airsoft gun because it will either destroy your hop-up bucking, because that's rubber and this is like copper and brass. That will just scratch up your hop-up bucking. You could use this to get into like the other areas of like the trigger assembly if you want to clean and brush out some gunk there. But they also give you, wherever I put it, they do give you this brush. Kind of has this big wide toothbrush end, and then it has a very small bristle end. This you can use on your rifle. These are plastic bristles, so that's good for scrubbing any way caked up dirt or caked up oil, or just trying to break up the debris a little bit to get the oil to come out and the dirt to come out a little bit easier. This is always good. It comes with some like fabric swabs or patches that you have to sort of cut yourself. And then you have, if I can get this open, the actual unjamming or cleaning rod, or whatever you want to call it. It's technically cleaning rods, but in airsoft you can use it to unjam BBs. It comes in pieces. You got the end of it, which turns into a T-handle to help pull it through or whatever. Then you just got the regular bits, and these screw into each other. You got the threaded end, and then you got the hole for it to thread into. So you get those. You get 3 regular ones. This should be long enough for an M16 barrel. I usually hardly use this because what I like to do is I like to, if I can find the bit, there we go. What you want to do, especially with the cotton swabs when you clean out your barrel, so you put the cotton swab through here, like halfway, like you fold it up like so. It's hard to do one-handed. You fold it up, you pass it through the hole, you screw this together, obviously to the right length you need. I'm just going to screw one on for now. I'm not going to screw on all three. There you go. So what you do is you have the bit of fabric in there with the alcohol, or if you're cleaning a real gun, you put some bore solution or cleaning oil on it. And you would put this through the breech of the rifle, or where the BB would go, where the hop-up bucking is. You put that in through first, and then you push it all the way through. Pretty much the thought process behind this is that you want to follow the path of the bullet or the BB. So you go from the end of the chamber of the inner barrel where the hop-up bucking is, push it through there, and you want to push it out towards the end of the muzzle. And once you get to the end of the muzzle, you'll probably be able to pull it out if it's really if these are too big, or if you cut out a piece that's too big, you might catch a lot of resistance. You might have to really push it through. A lot of the time you should be able to pass this through with almost a little bit of resistance. You don't need a lot of resistance. You could end up damaging the bucking, you could damage the inner barrel. You just want enough resistance to get the oils out, to clean the barrel. If it's too loose, you're not getting enough dirt off with each pass, so it might take more passes. But usually these 1-inch squares usually do the trick. They provide enough resistance where you will get a nice clean barrel with a couple passes, but not too much resistance where you're really gonna have to force it down really hard, where you might end up damaging something. So that's pretty much it. This kit is very good. Like I said, they're pretty cheap now. What I like to do is I usually fold this up, and on the end of the buttstock on the M16 there's a little door that you can pop out and put your cleaning kit inside the buttstock on the M16s. Oh, it also comes with this little bottle. It's empty. You can fill it with your preferred oil. I usually carry just this little bottle with some gun oil in it, CLP, and then I have a separate bottle with a silicone spray for the O-rings. This is just to lube up the trigger group and to lube up the bolts, and that's pretty much it. You don't want to get this inside your nozzle. You don't want to get this inside your O-rings or whatever, because the gun lubricant is very heavy. It's not really meant for O-rings. It could do the opposite effect of what you want. It could ruin your O-rings. So make sure on your O-rings you only use 100% silicone oil or silicone oil spray. Most airsoft stores will have it. Evike has these little spray cans that I have a couple that I always bring with me just in case. But yeah, this one I just fill up. If you have a gas blowback, just fill it up with some gun lubricant or whatever grease or oil you use to lube up your bolts and whatever, or your trigger group. Just fill this up in there. You put it all into the bag or whatever case it came in. You can just stuff it right into the buttstock of your rifle. That way, in case if you ever forget a bag or you're packing in a rush, your gun will already have the cleaning kit in it. If you have an M4, you're kind of out of luck. This works on M16s. I know the WE M16A3 has it. The M16s, most M16A2 stocks will have that compartment that you can store your stuff in. If not, this kit has a little clip right here for like a Alice type belt system. It's just really old school. Before there was mole attachments or mole belts or mole bags, they had the Alice belt rigs or the Alice type system. So it's old school, but if you do, you can run your belt through here or clip this into an actual mole system if you want. So if you don't have an M16, you only have an M4, or you have a different style gas blowback rifle, don't worry, it's not just meant for M16. It will work with pretty much all gas blowback rifles. M14 gas blowback, pretty much anything that's 6mm that's a gas blowback, this will work. AEGs, it will work too. I don't really have any AEGs, so I don't know the proper system and how to clean those and take care of them, but all I know is it's a little bit harder to work on an AEG since it doesn't just break down like a real rifle. But yeah, it's a cleaning kit. I use this all the time, especially having gas blowback. You want to clean your gun before and after each game that you play, or each day that you play, so there's a lot of cleaning. But yeah, this is pretty much what I got. I also got a couple speed loaders. Those are always good to have. But yeah, this is the kit. If you guys have any questions, just leave a comment. If there's any gear for gas blowbacks, especially M16 or M4 series that you want to know about, or maybe want to see me use, maybe I can try to do something. Yeah. Also, if you guys don't even have any questions and you have comments or you have tips that I don't even know about, please put them in the description. Maybe I can do a whole video sometime of just going over your guys' comments, tips that I don't even know about, good tips that I don't mention. So yeah, hope you guys have a good day. Stay safe.